There's no food that says breakfast quite like eggs. Opening them up can sometimes be a hassle. If you crack an egg wrong, you can get it all over your counter, or you can get shells in whatever dish that you're trying to make. So I'm trying out the Rachael egg opener. You can crack an egg with ease with one squeeze. There it is. Let's see how this goes. From the picture, it looks like you settle the egg right in the middle. I guess that's it. Here goes nothing. It made a hole in it. Let's try another one. I feel like there's a secret to this that I haven't figured out yet. Ah, you have to push it into the blade. So I think the key here is letting the point at the top of the tool pierce the egg first, and then the rest of it can break the egg open. After I've practiced a few times, it's definitely getting easier. I'm actually impressed that this thing can open the egg without getting eggshells in there. There was a pretty steep learning curve, but overall it did what it promised to do. It took a little bit of practice, but you know what? It's pretty fun. It's I'm not gonna lie, but also, if you're not into cracking eggs, if you don't want to touch the yolk or whatever, or if you're bad at cracking eggs, this is probably a good gadget for you.
Can you give them a top tip, though, please, in general, about if you crack an egg the normal way on a counter, right, and drop it into a bowl, and if you get a piece of yolk of shell in there, what happens?
Yeah, so say you do. There
right? We go. There's perfect.
There's some shell. So Rachael always says shell attracts shell. That's one of the first things I learned when I started working here. Look at that.
It goes right back in. You don't have to fish your fingers around.
It just goes right in there.
Do you have a bonus tip for us? Because I see an immersion blender.
A bonus tip. If you want to make eggs for a large amount of people in the morning, you can totally crack your eggs beforehand. You don't have to sit there doing this in the morning. And you can even use one of these tools, an immersion blender.
I love a stick blender. They're inexpensive. And they're so useful, especially for hot soup, don't you think, Kate?
For sure. So then you can just blend up your eggs.
By the way, make sure you have your coffee first, because if you don't immerse that fully in the liquid, you will end up with an egg mask on your head.
Which is good for your hair, by the way.
Which is good for your hair, and that's how she put this beautiful hairdo together today.
So you can totally blend your eggs beforehand, crack them beforehand, and then I like to put them in just one of these little deli containers.
Right.
Yep.
Now, especially for busy families, too, if you're cooking eggs for 4, 5, 6 people, that's a lot of eggs. You know, you can make a couple of buckets of these on the weekend, and then all week long, you're just pouring in what you need.
Totally.
Great tip.